Texans versus Bears, Sassy versus Scrappy, CJ versus Caleb. let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Oh yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be
Yo,
back.
you caught me off guard with that one, bro. What was it? Sassy versus Scrappy. I like
Let's
it.
go. Let's go, man.
Oh,
Bro,
man, that's funny.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Omar. I'm gonna be honest with y'all watching this video right now. I do not respect the Chicago Bears. Okay, I do not respect
clearly
Caleb Williams. Look, we're gonna beat them so bad. He gonna cry in the car, Omar.
Can I just say something though? I think after I think after the video that we did, the last video that we did on Caleb. Look, admittedly, here's my thing, guys. I don't watch college football, right? I mean, I barely stumbled through high school, let alone have an alma mater to root for in college. Let me not downplay myself. I'm pretty smart actually, but school wasn't my thing, right? But
yeah,
so I don't have an alma mater to root for. Therefore, I don't have any like a pool to like actually watch college football games, and so because of that, I never really got into college football, right? So I didn't really know much of the history of Caleb Williams and his sheer audacity of what he felt what he felt he was entitled to.
Talk about divas. Diva divas. This is the diva of quarterback, man.
100%. Yeah. But again, what we talked about last week, like the audacity of what he wanted, right? Yeah. After one successful season at USC, I went back and I looked at his stats. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. So now it's easy to root for him. I see why. I see why. Not only do you not have any respect for him, in terms of just like, even if he didn't do the sassiness and the nails and the bracelets and all that stuff, like even if he didn't do all of that, and that has nothing to do with it. You and I are pretty progressive. We're all about, hey, live your life as long as you're not hurting anybody. Do what you do, right? But it's the audacity and the hubris that he walks around with, everything that he asked for before the draft, like all these things that he just felt like he was so special. I'm just so happy that CJ was the one, our guy, our number 7 was the one to raise that bar and show the future rookies, now him included, what it's all about when you're a top tier.
And you know what? Speaking of CJ, and speaking of this connection, we're playing the Bears obviously coming up Sunday night. The Bears could have had CJ. They could have drafted.
They did.
CJ. They traded that number 1 pick, and we give Carolina a bunch of shit for taking Bryce Young over CJ. Hey, if Chicago holds on to the number 1 pick, they could have drafted CJ Stroud.
And we might have ended up with Mr. Sassy Pants. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Oh God, geez! I mean,
can you imagine?
No, I don't want to live in that world, bro. Like Caleb Williams got everybody in Houston walking around.
Let's keep it a buck, though. Let's keep it a buck. If we did draft Caleb Williams, we that'd be our guy. We'd support him. I mean, that's the kind of fans we are. We'd support our guy.
Hey, like I said, CJ got me. Just wanting to be a better human, wanting to go to church. I'm a better father, better husband because of CJ. All right, I'm glad to not live in this world where all of a sudden I'm becoming gothic and painting my nails and saying things like "girl." Like I'm good with our guy, bro. We avoided, having the predator on our team and Deshaun Watson. We avoided having Mini-Me and Bryce Young. Now we avoid Mr. Sassy Pants. So I am great living in the world that we
God bless Lovey Smith.
God bless.
New merch coming soon. Believe
Gotta
that.
build a statue of him, man. Gotta build a statue. But look, y'all already know where you at, man. Look, this is our game preview. You rocking with us here on the Bull Run Sports podcast channel, man, on YouTube. Congratulations, you found us. If this is your first time here, we're gonna break down our keys to the victory against the Bears. And look, you can already tell by the tone. All right, this is a very objectively honest channel. We give y'all our honest breakdowns. And look, so much so that last week against the Colts, I predicted that we were gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? I thought that we were going to take the L. We pulled out a close game. Texans showed their dominance and showed that they can get it done on all different levels. And thankfully, I was wrong, and we won that game. So, with it being the case that we just not given like, oh, these delusional fan theories of how we're gonna win and how we're gonna go 20-0 and everything like that. Clearly, we give you realistic predictions, right? With that being said, we're gonna beat the shit out of Chicago, bro.
Bro, you got no respect for them whatsoever.
No,
like
no.
I love it, man. I love, like, the thing about it, bro, is that you were wrong last week. I hope you're not wrong this week.
I know.
Because yo, if that motherfucker comes out and puts up numbers on us, I'm gonna be so upset, bro. We're gonna have a large amount of people to answer to, bro. Because I think they're gonna throw a lot of that bad karma on us.
Yep.
Which, I mean, whatever. We're ready for it, but
I think the Texans are too good to fall into these, men. And so
I think so too.
This has the makings of a trap game, right? That's what you call a trap game. You come in overly confident. Look, we know that we're the better team. Clearly the better team. I would say that maybe the one thing that Chicago has the edge on us at the moment is their defense, slightly, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? But
then again, Tennessee was they made some dumb moves too. So it was just like I don't see CJ making the same, let me see.
No.
I just don't see CJ making the same mistakes that Will did. I mean, 2 interceptions. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
stupid interceptions. The last one was
the last one was stupid. Right. Yeah, I think that one might go down as like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. That might be the worst one of the year so far.
Tua threw a couple that made me think that he had a concussion before he got the concussion.
Before he got hit. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that was crazy. So no, the makings of a trap game, right? But like I say, I think the Texans are so good, and look, they have this phrase that they say in their press conferences and stuff, like, don't take the cheese. And D'Amico actually says, don't take the rat poison, which I don't know what the hell he's talking about, right? It's like correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't have rats in my crib, right?
Neither do I. And I live in the woods.
They real chill. They get along. They don't bother us or whatever if we do have them.
Y'all stay on your side, we'll stay on my side.
Yeah. You stay in the walls.
You stay in the walls. Don't make any noise. We'll be good. Otherwise, it's scorched earth on y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I don't know what he was getting at.
At his press conferences, he's like, "Oh, we can't take the rat poison," which I'm pretty sure he means don't take the cheese, because look, rats like they go after the cheese. That's the trap, right?
Right.
Like rat poison isn't something that rats want, right? They want the cheese,
right?
So I would think the term should be, if you're falling into the trap, don't take the cheese. Don't go for the cheese, so you won't get trapped, right? So.
Yeah.
The Texans, obviously, man, we talking shit because that's what we can do. We're fans. We're sitting on this side of the camera. We can say all day, like, yeah, we're going to beat the shit out of the Bears, because, that's what we're going to do. But obviously, the Texans got to go in and respect this opponent, so you can't fall into that trap. And I don't think that they are going to, man. We talked about it, man, all off season. The Texans have been the paper bandits. Like, we've done everything in the offseason. We got the guys, we got the horses to get in there and win these games. But hey, it matters. It's any given Sunday. You got to go out there and prove it on the field. And I think, against the Colts, some people will look at that Colts game and be like, oh man, you barely won the game. Dog, I saw dominance, and we talked about it. We don't have to, we're not going to talk about the Colts anymore, but just seeing that run game, seeing how we did it, and seeing the pure efficiency from CJ Stroud, when he didn't have to chunk the ball 50 times, but when he did throw that ball, my God, it was pinpoint accurate.
Yeah, I think one of the big takeaways that we saw from CJ was his maturity, right? The understanding that, and he even said this. I don't know if you've heard about this. He had a press conference where somebody asked him, like, what would you say to Caleb Williams or something like that? And then he said, you don't have to be a superhero.
That's right. Man, that's maturity, bro.
So that's coming from CJ in his second year, right? Where he understands, like, hey man, this isn't about me putting up stats. This is about the W, right? Let's get the win, right? So last week's game, even though he put up great stats, there was so many instances where he threw the ball away because he knew it was a bad situation where they ran the ball with so much discipline, right? And much of that's probably Slowick, right? Calling good calls, good plays, and things like that.
Yeah.
But it also has to do with CJ just being mature and understanding, okay, this ain't about me. I'm not here to put on a cape and win this game for us.
Yeah.
I'm here with my guys, and we're gonna win this game together. Yeah. And that takes so much maturity from somebody that's so young that would be so hungry otherwise for the spotlight, right? I'm that guy. I'm the savior, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take us. Jump on my back and let's go, right?
I'm reigning rookie of the year right now. I'm the guy that everybody, the media is predicting that could win MVP this year. Bro, let me put up MVP numbers. When my numbers
got that Magneto helmet on, blocking all that out, bro. It's amazing.
Man. It is amazing. No, that's good advice, right? For Caleb Williams. Now, I hope Caleb Williams don't take it. I hope he lets it go in one ear, not the other, and goes out there and tries to be a superhero for sure. But with that being said, Omar, let's talk about how potentially let's live in this alternate Marvel variant world where potentially the Chicago Bears could have enough to beat the Texans, right? How would that look? What needs to happen in order for them to upset this 6.5 point favorite Houston Texans team playing at home Sunday night under the bright lights? It's not going to happen, but let's just pretend. All right, let's pretend. Let's play dolls like Caleb Williams likes to do with the two Ken dolls and kiss each other. let's play pretend.
I mean, it's tough, bro. It's really tough to. And again, last week was a really tough week for almost everybody on the Chicago Bears for the most part. Even though they were going up against, a pretty young quarterback as well. But the other problem is that their defense is what saved them, right? I mean, like
absolutely, defense is special teams, man.
Right.
And obviously they're going up. They're not facing the Tennessee Titans again. They're facing CJ Stroud. So that's not going to be their key to victory this game. No. Living in the world of how Chicago would possibly beat the Texans, one thing that we saw that was a little leaky from the Texan side was the big plays, man. Anthony Richardson only completed 9 passes. But he had over 200 yards, and that's because of the big plays, man.
Yeah, he had a 50-yarder and a 40-yarder and a 60-yarder, I think it was.
Yeah,
and that's probably the only thing. Yeah, I'm with you. That's the weakness that we saw in kind of in art, right? The secondary. I mean, they got burned a couple times. We've talked about this before. Jimmy Ward ain't a spring chicken.
He ain't.
You know what I mean? He's, what is he, 30, 31, 32? I mean, that seems young for us that we're in our 40s, but as a quarterback, you're out there running with 21 and 22-year-olds, right? So it's like you have to be able to keep up. But there's nothing about DJ Moore. There's nothing about Keenan Allen. And then I think they're actually going to be without Odunze.
Yeah, so that's the big thing, right? Rome Odunze, I believe, is officially listed as out. Keenan Allen is, dealing with some stuff. He's banged up, but Keenan Allen seemed like he always played banged up. So I wouldn't think of that as something that we could kind of hang our hat on and be like, oh, he's going to be hurt. But
what I'm saying is I just don't see any of them getting over the top like that.
But at the same time, who the hell was Alec Pierce? Who the hell was Alec Pierce that torched us for the 50-yard bumps? And who the fuck was the other guy? Like, do you even remember his name?
No, I don't. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he scored the touchdown.
But so, I think both of those big plays, to your point, right? I think both of those big plays had more to do with nobody thought that AR was gonna make that throw.
Yeah.
Right, like especially the first one where he threw 60 yards off of his back foot. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like no cornerback or no safety is gonna go, oh yeah, he's about to launch that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
range. I'm in the splash zone.
Yeah. Exactly. So it ends up looking like Ward maybe got torched or missed an assignment or something, but at the same time, I kind of see what he was doing. It's like, all right, well, what I mean, okay, I'm back here, but there's no way he's throwing this over my head right now.
The second one was inexcusable though.
The second one was worse, but
it's like they had what, less than 4 minutes. They had to get
like
the
that,
ball down the field to try to score a touchdown and get in the range. So it's coming.
Right.
You know,
right. Especially after you saw already what he can do, right? In the first throw.
Yes.
So now you have to recalculate, right? You got to go, oh no, this motherfucker's got a cannon. Let me back up.
So I would feel much more warm and fuzzy, like Caleb Williams feels whenever his man tucks him in at night, if that second one didn't happen.
Yes, I agree.
If he gets torched on the first one, fine. Like we say, that's a complete shock to everyone, right? But the second one's coming. You're the center fielder. You're the safety. You gotta make a play. And he
I agree.
So that didn't feel great. But what I will say, because of that, and because we know we have to limit the big plays, and we kind of saw where our weaknesses are, I think we're gonna see a little bit more of Kalen Bullock on the field, man. I don't think it's a turn of just like, oh, we got to sit Jimmy. Jimmy don't have it. Blah blah blah. We'll still see him out there for sure. But I think that we could trust Kalen Bullock a little bit more. And look, I know you say you don't really watch college football and everything like that, but they were teammates. Kalen Bullock knows Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying? They were teammates over there in USC. I'm sure they've been picking Bullock's brain all week, saying, "Look, what's his little tendencies when he switches hips a little bit?
What does it look like? Yeah.
He does
when he starts chassaing or whatever. Sashaying. What does that mean when Caleb starts sashaying down the when he throws his hands?
When he does jazz hands.
Yeah, when he does jazz. You know what's fucked up, man, is that like we're making fun of Caleb Williams' jazz hands, but then like that's like a legitimate like audible that like some of the greats have called in the past, and we're totally okay with that. But since we know Caleb Williams paints his nails and wears baby bracelets, that's weird now.
Oh yeah, no, you catching all the smoke. He catching all the smoke here on the Bull Run Sports Podcast channel. Like and subscribe.
Oh man, that's funny.
But yeah, man, Kalen Bullock, man, I think it's gonna be a big thing. Now look, Caleb's big playability historically has come outside of the pocket. He likes to get outside the pocket. He likes to get out there, kind of roam around, extend the play, and make a big play. That's Caleb Williams' strength. That's what he does. So for us on our side, what we have to do to make sure that we're limiting these big plays, because we know down the field, like I say, we've sprung some leaks. It's going to come down to, and a big part of the game is going to be Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson Jr., who I think, bro, is freaking salivating at the mouth because they didn't get a stack against the Colts, right? Yeah, they want it, especially against Caleb Williams, right? Especially against a rookie. You want to tee off on him. Welcome to the NFL, young man. Like we're gonna get you, man. So, I think that's a big thing too, man, to limit those big plays and put as much pressure on him as possible. Don't let him escape outside the pocket where he's the most comfortable, and that's where Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. will shine and help that out for sure.
Yeah, Fatukasi is the one that got his sacks last week. It was Fatukasi and Jr., right?
And Mario Edwards, Mario Edwards got in there for a sack as well.
Oh, Jr.
But that's obviously that's due to the pressure that Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr.
Are putting on.
You
go back and watch those plays, you see what opens up as a result of those two, right?
Yeah, and it's an unselfish team. I'm saying I'm sure they salivating at the mouth, but I'm sure they're not like upset, right? They're not like, oh man, I'm the one that needs to be in the stat sheets. Like these guys are bought in. They know what their prize is at the end of the year, and what it's going to take. You may not show up in the stat sheet sometimes, but it's all good, man. It's all good.
Yep. Agreed.
Somebody that did show up in the stat sheets last week and will be a definite key to this inevitable victory. Joe Mixon, man. Now, as much praise as we're giving the Chicago Bears for their defensive efforts against the Tennessee Titans, that was one of their weak points. They let Tony Pollard, they let Tajay Spears kind of get off some runs. And like we talked about it, man, we gushed and everything over the Texans' performance in the run game and how the O-line blocked, how Case Stover blocked. Bruh, if they get in there, they clean up some of these things. If somebody fucking beats Titus Howard upside the head and say, "Look, bro, you were terrible.
Right.
You got to do better," or maybe we do the right thing and put Blake Fisher in there and let Titus Howard see how I feel to sit on the bench. Dude,
let him ride that pine a little bit.
Yeah, dude, if we run the ball, like we did against the Colts, and Chicago struggles against the run, dog, you're talking about. I mean, I don't want to say something crazy, but it'll be along the lines of the time of possession, like we had against the Colts, and upwards of 200 yards rushing.
Listen, time of possession from Tennessee was almost 35 minutes in the last game against the Bears, right?
Yeah.
So it's and they don't have nowhere near the firepower that we have, right?
No,
at running back. I mean, I think let's see, Pollard, I think ran for 80 something yards, 16 carries, 82 yards, and a TD, right? I mean, but they don't have nowhere near the scary firepower that we have. I think Spears, 21 yards for Spears on 4 carries. So they did a bit of a committee. With their running backs, and then Levis again on foot a little bit there as well. But I want to talk about this with you specifically. We haven't had a chance to prep anything in talking here, but
prep ain't what we do.
That is kind of our on brand for us.
Shoot, right? Shoot, bro. shoot
from the hip, baby. So one of the things I heard, and I've been listening to quite a bit of takes this week from different folks. 100 and what was his carries? What was Mixon? 30 carries.
Yeah, for 159.
There is no way that he can have another game like that back to back to back to back to back, and us continue to think that he's going to be viable towards the end of the season. Like, I feel like
sustainable, right?
It's not sustainable at all, right? So
yeah,
I mean, we're gonna see more of Pierce because he was relatively productive in the what did he get 2 carries?
Yeah. Like I say, credit to the O line, credit to the block and the fullbacks.
3 carries, 16 yards. So, I mean, I'd be surprised if Mixon runs more than 20 times this week. I just don't think that it's going to be sustainable for him. I think we're going to see more of Pierce. We're going to see more of a Gumbawale against the Bears. We have to.
Cam Akers did not dress last game. That's why, if anybody's wondering, obviously we've championed him so much on this channel.
Right.
He was inactive, last game. And the reason why, they only dressed 46 guys, right? It's a 53-man roster, but each Sunday they're going to only dress 46 of them. So John Mechie didn't dress. Cam Akers didn't dress. So that's just in case anybody was wondering.
Yeah. But I think we're going to see more of Pierce. So this is going to be an opportunity for us to see in this new scheme, what's Pierce really going to do, right? In game time scenario, game speed against another team, what's he going to do?
That's a good one to throw him in, bro. Because
I think so too.
It's an easy win because they got Caleb Williams.
Bro, you keep saying that. I need you to knock on some wood, my boy. I'm more afraid of the ramifications of us losing to the Bears in our comment section than anything in the world right now.
Hey, man, you know what? Fuck it. Just let Joe Mixon rest this game. Just give him an off day.
Oh,
just let Damian Pierce. Let Damian Pierce play quarterback, bro. Let him play quarterback this game. We ain't worried about the fucking Bears.
No, you wildin', bro. You wildin'. I'm telling you, man. There's something. You know how you ever heard the term punks can fight?
Hey, I'm not familiar with the term, but
bro, punks can fight. They've been fighting their whole life. So you put a punk in a corner, this is gonna be a problem. And I think that's where
he's gonna slap his way out.
All right. Mess around and find out. I've seen it firsthand. Look,
you got beat up by a punk?
No, I did. I said I seen it firsthand. I didn't say it happened to me firsthand. I said I seen it firsthand.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you clarify that.
At Denny's at 2:00 in the morning about 15 years ago.
Oh, you gonna see the wildest shit ever at those.
I'll tell you that story. I'll tell you that story one day because it got pretty interesting. Anyway, so Caleb's coming in with all this. All this hype, all this hoopla, all this audacity, all this entitlement, everything.
Entitlement, bro.
And then he shits the bed in the first game, right? So one of two things is going to happen. either we're gonna get a beaten and downtrodden Caleb, or we're gonna get like Uber Caleb, right? Where he's maybe been sitting down and looking at film the entire week, figuring out where he went wrong, trying to make his adjustments and all this other stuff. And we're gonna get a pretty stout Caleb Williams. So it's not past me to that could happen potentially. Now I don't think he's got the weapons to execute what he would likely be wanting to do.
I mean, if anything, that's a strong point for their team, right? They actually do have a pretty good offensive arsenal of weapons. We know Adunze is down, but other than that, they put a good team around.
They did.
Caleb, it's his second game, of his rookie season. I just don't see where it's going to happen. I mean, I get what you're saying. If he got that CJ Stroud mentality, that dog in him, that's like looking at,
we're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're gonna see, but still, even with that being the case, it's just too soon, man. Going up against, the Houston Texans, who look here on this channel, we are preemptively recapping the inevitable historic Super Bowl run, the Bull Run. But it's not just us. The national media hype around this team is that we are a legitimate Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, of course.
This rookie, I just don't see it, Omar. I get it. It has the feelings of a trap game. I just don't see where he has enough at this moment. He could turn into a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Neither do I. Let me just be clear. But it would suck so bad.
It would suck. No, it would be an immense letdown for sure. It would be demoralizing.
Very
much more
demoralizing.
so than if we would have lost against the Colts. This would be an extreme, and the narrative would be, same old Texans, right? Like, because last year we dropped some of the games that we were supposed to win. Like that Atlanta game. Oh my God, the Panthers game. How to lose to Bryce Young? That sucked.
But the thing is that you got to remember, last year we had first game, second game, third game rookie season CJ.
Yeah.
That kid doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Like there is no remnants of who CJ was in the CJ today that was the CJ at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
Right. The kid found his footing, found it quick, and led us to the playoffs. Right. And that momentum and that person that he morphed into towards the end of the season is who he is now at his base. That is the level we're starting at. Right?
That's his floor.
And that's his floor. But what I've said before, his level of maturity is now through the roofs, and he's 100% ready to lead this team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I don't see any of that falling apart. I don't know. When you put somebody in a corner is when you really see who they are, and we're gonna find out who Caleb Williams really is on Sunday. I think that game Sunday against us for Caleb Williams is gonna be a pivotal moment in his career. What are you gonna do when you have a bad game?
Yeah,
and by all intents and purposes, you got bailed out. And what are you gonna do? Because you've been talking mad smack. You've been telling us that you deserve the world. Everything should be given to you. Caleb has.
Yes.
That you deserve this special treatment of who you are as a player, and yet you showed none of that in your first outing.
Yeah, the first outing was rough, man. I agree with you, man. I think that this will be. I don't think he has it in him to come out and put up a stellar performance, but even after this game, right? After getting punched in the mouth 2 weeks in a row, he escaped. I don't know what his feelings are. If he feels like, hey, we got a dub. A dub is a dub, right? But a mature quarterback, somebody like a CJ Stroud, would look at that and be like, dog, that's a moral loss.
Oh yeah.
Like, I can't play like that ever again. So look, it's kind of good that they coming in, he coming in maybe feeling like, hey, we got to win. Let's just figure out a way to get another scrappy win, hell or high water, no matter what. And maybe it's not so much laser focused on improving on that play. Obviously, I'm sure he wants to play better, but just going against this team, man, going against. I mean, look, even if you were to go offense for offense, right? Edge us. I'll still take edge us, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like even if it's a shootout, which I don't foresee it being, I'll give us the edge. But it's a rookie quarterback going against a D'Amico Ryans led defense. Like he's gonna eat against
Yeah.
a rookie quarterback, man. So look, all I'm saying, guys, get your Jack and Coke ready. Be ready to have some fucking fun on Sunday night watching this game. Y'all put your kids to bed.
It's gonna be a late night, right?
It's gonna be a late night, man.
It's gonna be a late night. I know we got work the next morning, but y'all stick with us because remember, when we go live Sunday night, you will have the opportunity to join us. Not just be in the chat, we do that post game show call in style.
We're lunatics like that.
Yeah, where you can actually like jump in, just grab your phone. That's all you need. We're gonna give you the link. Just click on the link, and you can join us and tell us what you think about the game. Tell us what you thought, and that's gonna be good. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one, man. It's gonna be a fun one. You're absolutely right. I appreciate you bringing that up, man. Let's be prepared for that, guys. You know, hop on live with us, be on video with us, chop it up. It's gonna be fun, man. I think we did it, bro. I think that's it. Like I say, this ain't nothing to really go into depth about. We are a 6.5 point favorite at home. So yeah, I think a 27-21 victory is
27-21 victory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. 27-21 victory. I'm saying that Chicago Bears don't even get 2 touchdowns. I'm saying a touchdown and a couple of field goals is the best they're going to be doing. I'm saying 13-27, 13-20, 21 and 2 field goals. So 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Yeah, 13-27. Texans take it.
I think I like yours. I think I like yours better.
Yeah. We definitely cover the spread. We're at home. We're locked and loaded. We're ready to go. I mean, the Bulls are in the corral and they're ready to make some havoc. So, I'm thinking that's the best. That's the best Caleb's going to do. Touchdown and a couple of field goals.
Yeah, I like yours better. I want to switch mine to yours. I'm gonna piggyback off that. 13-27. That
Yeah, 13-27. 13-27. Texans take it. Everybody goes off. CJ has a phenomenal game. I'm going to go ahead and say that Pierce is going to put up some numbers.
I'm not mad at it, bro.
I really think I think he has heard what everybody's had to say about him.
Yeah.
And I think if he's being honest with himself and if the coaching staff is being, even though we know D'Amico has a love affair with him, not a love affair, but you know what I mean? He loves the kid. I think there was still maybe some honest conversation that was had there, some film that was reviewed there. And based on what we saw last week, maybe it clicked, because he still averaged about five yards a carry, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so I think he's going to give Mixon some much needed rest. I don't think Nick Mixon's going to touch the ball, like I said, more than 20 times. I'll go 20 and a half. I'll go the over or the under.
It's a game plan thing, right? Because if you watch like the post game and stuff like that, D'Amico was just kind of saying like you told Slow, just keep him going, keep feeding him, right? I don't think you go into a game. No one goes into a game that game script is feed the running back 30 times, right? It's just a matter of how the game is going. It's like a pitcher in baseball. You don't go into the game like, oh yeah, he's gonna pitch all 9 innings. It's like, hey, if you working with the smoke, you let him go. If he's throwing a no-hitter, you just let it ride, right? So I don't, if everyone's saying like, oh, it's not sustainable to run Joe Mixon 30 times a game. Well, yeah, no shit. That's not what the intentions are. But when you got a hot hand, man, you let him eat, you let him cook. Trust me, like he's good to go. And shoot, hopefully every game goes that way to where it's like, well, yeah, we just running the ball down their throat and they can't do a damn thing about it. But I do agree with you. Like if the game goes exactly the way the Colts game went, then yeah, I think they do still try to limit Mixon's.
Wow. Vegas is predicting touches for Joe Mixon. The over under is set at 17 and a half.
Damn, that's
kind of low.
That's a good one to take on. I mean, if that's like a prize pick bet, hey, you might want to take the over on that.
Wow.
Might want to take the over on that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be. I'm definitely. Man, that's a tough one. I don't know if I'm taking the under on that one.
I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think the under makes any sense on that one. 17.5 after 30? Nah,
Yeah.
they're not cutting them in half completely, I don't think.
Nah.
Who knows? We'll see. Anyway.
Yep.
Texans winner.
Right. Texans winner, baby. All right, man. We appreciate y'all. If you're still rocking with us up here to this point, obviously, man, we love you. We appreciate you. We don't love you like Caleb Williams loves other gentlemen, but we love you like a friend. And do what friends do.
Platonic relationship. That's the love we have for you guys.
Yeah. And as you
only if you hit the subscribe button, though. That's it. If you don't hit the subscribe button, we ain't got no love for you.
That's all we want. That's all we asking, man.
That's all we need. That's all we have. It's free. It takes you half a second to do it. Just come on, help us out.
Too easy. And obviously check out the merch that we got at the Bull Run Sports shop, man. That's where the real fans shop, man. We had somebody hit us up today, man. Shout out to you, brother. I can't I don't have your username right in front of me, bro. But he was like, yo, can I grab one real quick?
For the
Nah, it don't work like that, bro. We print on demand. So you gotta hit up the shop. All right. You gotta hit up the shop. It'll get delivered like directly to your crib. You ain't gotta meet up with us. We busy anyway. Like we probably can't do that shit. So
yeah, you don't want to meet up with us anyway. We're both very socially awkward. It's weird.
Yeah, baby. We'll try to touch you inappropriately.
Only if you pay for it. That's it. Oh man.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here, man. We're having too much fun. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all directly after the game, man.
After the game, check in. I'm gonna go ahead and set the live recording so that you can. It'll be up by the time this video comes up, so you can hit the reminder. It'll tell you as soon as we go live, so you can join us, and we'll see you guys there. We love y'all. Peace.